All right, ladies and gentlemen, we back in the building. Amir, what up? Yeah, Amir's
Yeah,
still out. He lagging, brother. You can't hear me,
I
huh?
don't know. For some reason, my joint is acting real suspect today. I don't know what's going on. It's
All right, well, feel
giving
free
me
to
all
pop
kind of.
out and pop back in. Don't even worry about it. Pop in
Okay,
and pop out. You know
okay,
what I mean?
okay.
All right. Welcome,
All right,
everybody. Welcome
all
to
right.
another Motivation Monday. Your boy Talent, Amir, having a couple of little Wi-Fi glitches. It happens all the time. But nevertheless, hope everybody had a good weekend. All that good stuff. We're going to be talking to a couple of good guests this hour. I got the good friend of mine, Catherine Maloney, and a good friend, Allison Williams. These are two of my queens who were uh, joining us in Atlantic City this weekend, doing their thing. Catherine being a comedian extraordinaire, Allison Williams, self-explanatory, super duper first lady of Def Jam Recordings. Uh, Still got a classy voice, still rips the thing up and all that good stuff. Amir, how you doing, Amir? How you doing, my brother? Can you hear me? Yeah, he still can't get. Can you hear
What's
me?
going on?
Yeah, it sounded.
I can
Bump
hear
him
you.
out. Bump him out. Producer. All right, let my man bump him out and come back in. Anyway, it's a Motivation Monday. If you heard the show earlier today, we're gonna have a little recap of how to turning the tables on loss, meaning lost loved ones. If you actually had a chance to check out the news conference today with Governor Cuomo, Andrew Cuomo in New York State, he's finding himself defending himself over this nursing home supposedly cover up a scandal. Um, I don't know if it's a cover up, but I think he made a lot of enemies during this COVID time on both sides of the gate. So they're calling it a cover up. They're coming for him. And basically, what it is the numbers got skewed at the nursing homes, and they was blaming him for putting the elderly in nursing homes during COVID season or whatever the case may be. But he's telling them that it's not like I couldn't put them in hospitals because they were overwhelmed and this, that, and the third or whatever. So we're going to keep an eye on that. But what it made me do is think of a couple of instances going on in my life for real right now with close friends. I got three buddies who are dealing with the loss and the sicknesses and illnesses of their moms. So kind of struck home, and I said, you know what? We have to learn because it took me a long time, and I had to learn myself. And here I am 6 years later, after my mom died. I had to learn to flip that. I had to learn to look and celebrate her life and all the good things, and not just cry and break down and go into a shell or get depressed every time she crossed my mind or I remembered her. Because I'm sure definitely that's not what my mother would have wanted. So when I apply the celebration of life to her, I turn that negative automatically into a positive. I don't look at it negative, like, oh, my mom's gone. What am I gonna do? Life is over. I no longer look at it like that or address it like that. I now look at it like, yeah, man, what a wonderful life for X amount of years. Look at her kids, look at me, look at her seeds, look at her accomplishments and what she meant to everybody around her. And that's what I started talking about this morning. If you remember, Amir, I went into that, trying to tap into people to take their loss, whether it's human loss. Some people are very attached to it, but that's whatever. When you take that loss, instead of looking at it negatively and flip it into a positive, we got a good response this morning on that.
Yeah, we did. First off, like you said, it is such a interesting time. Obviously, when we lose somebody, that is always a emotional moment. There's so many things that run through people's minds and through the moment that make things somewhat something positive. I realized that we have to really do a better job. I typed it in the comments earlier and I said, we have to realize that you have a born date, you have the dash, and then you have your end date, whatever that may be. And I think what
Right,
people have to really,
right.
take into account is what you do with that dash. The dash is the most important part of the whole process because, in all fairness to each and every person on all the platforms that we're speaking to today, what you do on, I have no idea how much that is being watched by others. Some of the things that you're saying, or people are taking those things and then they're utilizing those same sayings within their circles. So your impact, no matter what, no matter how big or small you think it may be, is still an impact. And I
Right.
think one of the real caveats that we have to do, and the real reason why we have to celebrate life, is we have to stop thinking to ourselves that in celebration of life, we have to do it the same way somebody else did. We have to have a building erected with our name on it, or we have to have a monument that has our name on it. You might just be the person who, in your circle, is that go-to person who everybody knows they can always get a positive word from. They could always count on you to, people
Yeah.
are okay overall. That's a big part of, this journey called life. And we all have our parts to play. But we've got
Yeah.
to, like you said, celebrate those parts and know that that's really what your purpose is here. I know everybody gets caught up in, I'm looking for my purpose. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to figure that out. No, just do what you normally would do. The rest of it will figure itself out. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right. That's a perfect way to put it. And he hit the nail on the head. The most profound piece that comes out of there resonates with me is you have the born date, you have the dash, and you have the death date, the deceased date. It's that dash in the middle. On paper, it looks the same size, but depending on how you lived your life in between being born and leaving the earth is really how big and impactful the dash is. Also, something fun I want to get through this hour, because a lot of our podcast shows and live shows today have been foregone because it's a holiday. In case people don't remember, or you move around like I do, that somebody had to remind me, like, nah, man, ain't no show tomorrow. It's a holiday. I'm like, what holiday? It's damn President's Day. My dumb ass, boom. And I know why. It always gets me because I remember growing up. I'm 51. And I remember growing up as a little kid, there were two President's Days. There was George Washington birthday and there was Abraham Lincoln birthday. We celebrate both of them. Now they kind of fused it together into one thing, which is President's Day. And it's always going to be the third Monday of the month of February, right? And pretty much that's, if you want to put your thumb on it, most of the time it's going to be NBA All-Star Weekend. I mean, COVID is a little off, but other than COVID, this would be that Monday following All-Star Weekend. All right. So what I said is, you know what? Interesting. Because it's President's Day, and most people who, if your job didn't give you off, you give two shits about it. You're like, whatever, what president? Ooh, boom, boom. I don't care. So what I did was go through the holidays because I'm like, you know what? That's funny because holidays evoke emotion. Now, some holidays make you feel happy about it and give you motivation and lift your spirits. Some of them bring your shit down for obvious different reasons. And then some of them we just don't give two fucks about. And here's the thing about holidays, Amir. You got national holidays. What we call national means it's recognized, by the government. And then we just have holidays. I'm just putting it
Yes.
all together and going in general down the line. We're going to go month by month and we're going to try to tackle these holidays and figure this thing out. So obviously, New Year's Day is the first holiday of the year, every year, right?
Yes.
Now, here's the thing. In America, this is how ass backwards America is. America's so ass backwards that New Year's Day, nobody celebrates.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone celebrates New Year's
Eve.
coming into it's the most backwards shit in the world. But the next day is observed nationally. It's a new year. Everything's closed. If it fall on a Monday, so be it. Tuesday, Wednesday, they don't care. It's a national holiday. Now, for me, I'm not going to front because I'm in the entertainment business. It's an upper for me. It's a motivator for me. It's like okay, like most people in America. Okay, it's a restart. Like people couldn't wait to stop saying 2020.
Yes. Yes. I agree. It's funny. New Year's Eve for a long time wasn't one of my favorite times to, be celebratory. And then a couple of years ago, I started looking at it a bit differently. To your point, I started saying to myself, you know what? It's an opportunity to kind of leave whatever, things you had in the previous year behind you. It's an opportunity for you to take the lessons that you learn, that you hopefully learned from the previous year, and apply them in the new year. And the rebirth of yourself in a real sense also, meaning you now come into this new space with a new energy, a new charge to yourself, to bring that to the what you have to look forward to. So I agree with you on that one.
Right. So that's what it does for me. So before we even go any further, I'm going to bring in our first guest. Cindy Ball is in the living room. Let's bring in my girl Cindy Ball from DTE, Determined to Educate.
Hey, hello.
You always gotta outdress people?
First of all, earlier the broadcast on Instagram was not cool. Okay, I had on my scarf. I had on my hoodie. my friends were like, "Oh, you crazy? We don't go out like that. We don't do that." A lot of people were throwing comments at me. So I said, let me just do something. I'm home. I don't feel like putting on the makeup. I don't feel like doing all that. Let me just put on the glasses, put on the hat, get my Mary J. going over.
You gotta be like me, Sam. When we're talking about something that's of substance, I give two shits of what I
What it
gotta
look like.
I don't care what's behind
Well, I'm
me.
a woman. And
People
sometimes we care.
when I first started doing this shit, people was looking behind me like, is that a sword on the wall? I'm like, mind your I'm talking here. Don't come to my live, look at my house. That's not what this is about.
This is true.
I appreciated you because it hit home for you. And
yes.
Your culture was exactly on point with what I was trying to convey. You came right in like, yo, West Africa, yo, we celebrate life. We don't mourn dead. You know what I mean? We celebrate that person's life. And that was so on time.
Traditionally, yes, thank you. Traditionally, we celebrate life. I'm not saying it's not, we're not allowed to cry, we're not allowed to mourn. They want you to cry, they want you to let it out. But for the most part, they want to celebrate your life. They want to make sure that your life, you did not live in vain. Like, we appreciate you and we appreciate the love you gave us. And, I remember when I was at one of the funerals in Africa, they were saying, oh, why is it we mourn the death and we don't mourn the life? And then my aunt had to explain to this person, in our tradition, we celebrate while you're living and we celebrate when you're going home.
Right.
When you're going home.
Right. So I think that's missing.
Right. If the person was suffering, if the person was sick, if the person couldn't pay their bills, whatever the case was, they don't have to worry about that anymore.
Right.
But
here's the thing. The funny thing is this, to be honest, and I'm going to pass it to Amir. To be honest with you, the reason why I expressed that and stressed it so much is you're going to grieve. You ain't got to worry about that. Like, you're going to grieve. Like, that's your natural human emotion and ability that overwhelms you when you lose somebody. Right. What I'm saying is, do we have to throw a grieving party?
Can I make this one comment? Before, I'm sorry, I want to make this before. No. And I'm glad you said that, because I was having an issue about something and I was talking to someone and I was feeling so down about this particular issue. And they said to me, can I ask you a question? I said, yeah. Do you like feeling like that? Do you like feeling sad? Do you like feeling low? How does it make you feel? And I said, it doesn't make me feel good. He said, okay, so switch it up. Switch it up.
To both of your points, and I always say this to people, obviously we all have to experience death at some point in our lives. That's just a part of this journey. But I'm the kind of person that once you're gone in this regard. I'm not coming back to visit your grave site. I'm not doing any of that stuff. And it's not because I don't want to or because I don't think that there's, some healing or some process that goes with that. When we lose people, they're gone. There is no bringing them back. Going to a site is not going to bring them back. And specific things that we do. I know for me personally, for the people I've lost, and I lost my brother and I've lost my dad. Going to the burial and all that stuff, everybody is crying uncontrollably. I don't want to go back and re-experience that. So I'm not going back there because I don't want to relive that. I want to, in my heart and my mind, What I want to do is celebrate all the silly stuff that we did, the
Right.
jokes, the partying, the fun stuff. And I encourage all of my friends, because I have, several friends who go, well, every year I go visit my mother's grave. And I said, and then I watch you post on social media, all these platforms, how sad you are. Why would you do that? What, like,
Right.
that's like, having a injury. You keep pulling the scab off. You're not going to do that. Let the injury heal and keep it pushing. If you continue to sit in that, and to and to something that Talon said, and to something that you're sharing, we're the only country, I want y'all to know, that does stupid shit like that. We got the memorial for 911. Look, I'm being honest. We got the memorial for 911 every year. Don't get me wrong. It's sad that we lost people. But why do y'all want to continue to bring that back up? Like, these people aren't, sad and aren't already upset about their loss. I lost my brother in May, in the beginning of May 2nd. So every year I know on May 2nd that, that's the day. Only thing I do is call my mom. Hey, Mom, you all right today? You good? She holding tight, then we good.
Right.
But to sit there and, try to relive it, what do I want to relive that for? It was a horrible, horrible day. I remember it like it was yesterday. So why do I want to relive that? And I think, to the point about us as a community, that is one thing that we do that I always found strange. I'm like, why do you want to relive that? That's weird to me. But,
You got
it's
to
one of those weird
understand
caveats.
I understand why they do it. Because see, America, again, I say this all the time, it's the capitalistic capital of the world. And anything that can generate capital, they will do. And they know that this country is filled with sympathetic and empathetic people, not just the ones that lost somebody who they actually belong to, but the nation as a whole will sign off on cutting checks for loss all day. That's what this country is built on. That's how insurance companies came about. I'm going to get insurance on my house. So if a tornado comes through, I'm just going, hey, cut my check. My house is fucked up. Like, so now the government is the insurance company of everything else with bereavement and loss. So when a national disaster happens, or we lose people here or there, they can go in there, the lawmakers, and can get a lot of checks cut. There's some of that will trickle down to what it's really supposed to go to, but a lot of that's pocket lining at the same time. But we'll get back to that. I want to bring in, don't go nowhere, Cindy. I'm bringing in another guest to add to us, and I want to get back on this holiday thing real quick. This young lady was with me in Atlantic City. She's quickly become, I'm not going to lie, one of my favorite female comedians of all time already. Catherine Maloney is with us. Give it up for my girl, Kat. Kat, come on in here and join us in here talking about.
Hi.
What's with you women trying to outdress us?
Huh?
Both you women trying to outdress us.
Listen.
This is what we do.
Yeah. When do I get an opportunity to actually put makeup on? Like, you don't want to know what's below this shirt. It's all business up front and pajamas down here. So don't worry.
Exactly.
Well, listen, thank you for joining Motivation Monday. That's my partner, Amir Silly up top. This is Cindy Ball. She runs an organization called DTE, Determined to Educate. She's constantly doing things in the community. All right, so let me get back to the fun topic. Now, the fun topic today is because it's a holiday. A lot of my podcasts, they cancel because everybody want to take a day off. It's holiday. Amir and myself, like, fuck that, we want to have fun. So we're talking about holidays.
We don't care.
We're talking about Motivation Monday, right? So first you, Kat, and then I'm gonna go to you, Cindy. Give me 2 holidays through the course of the year. They don't have to be national. They can be stupid, small, big, whatever. But they're a holiday. 2 holidays that get you motivated and up, energy up, and then 2 holidays that bring you down.
Well, my mom is really a piece of shit. So most holidays are not pleasant memories. So,
really?
Wow.
Yeah. You know what's funny? You guys are, well, it's not funny, but you guys are talking about funerals and like all that. I'm Catholic. So we have like traditionally 2 whole days where we sit at the wake, and then we have a funeral and then a burial and then a dinner. So you have like a week to process all that. And honestly, it's so cathartic because like you said, you don't want to keep revisiting. I don't like that. Like, do you know what today is? Today is the day that so-and-so died. What the fuck do you want to fuck up my day for? Bringing up that Uncle Tommy or whoever died today. Like, I was trying to have a nice day, Ma, and you had to like bring up, you know. So I think that if you process shit the right way, then you're able to release it and move on and do all that. So I think that after I have my daughter, like the one holiday, and I know it's a bullshit holiday, but Valentine's Day, because it is such a like a ridiculously made up cash grab of a holiday. But I want my daughter to know, like, if someone's gonna be your Valentine, like they need to step it up. So I always went like crazy. Like she would wake up, she'd have like a new wardrobe, flowers, chocolate, movies, all that shit. So this way, if some motherfucker comes at her like, I want to be your Valentine, and he picks like a, you know, like a daffodil, she's gonna be like, where the fuck is my outfit? You know, where's my lobster? So that holiday motivated me. And I like Halloween. I do. I think that it gives us an opportunity to just let go. You know, being in Florida, it's a big drinking holiday. Like the parents are out. They make Jello shots. So the dads stay home and they stay in the garage. And when the people come up, the kids get the candy, the dads get and the moms get the Jello shots. And it's just more fun. You know, it's just more upbeat. But like Christmas, you start to think, oh, damn, this is fucking, grandma's not here. You know, like who's gonna make the stuffing? Then it's all stressful because it doesn't taste right, and then everybody's fighting because they're like, and then, you know, it's just one of those things. Like Thanksgiving was fun, but all the adults would go for a walk, and all us kids would be stuck cleaning up and shit. While they all come back smiling, I'm like, you motherfuckers made me do dishes, and you just smoked a joint. Pieces of shit. So,
you know, you're a professional comedian because the two probably voted on the happy holiday she hates.
Fuck those holidays. Thanksgiving Eve. I grew up in Rockaway, Queens, and Thanksgiving Eve, it was like the night. Because, you know, we were kids, so we weren't like up making dinner or doing all the prep work. We were out getting blasted. So on Thanksgiving, I was always so fucking hungover. I was like, oh, make me a plate for tomorrow. Like, just give me some ginger ale and crackers. I don't want to fuck with your, I don't want to mess with that.
Amir, give me two you can celebrate, give you energy, and two take you down.
Okay. Thanksgiving was always an upper, you know, with me for my family because, you know, that's the one time all of us got together. And regardless to whether or not, you know, it was immediate family or extended family, I always enjoyed that because you get an opportunity to really just see each other and laugh and, you know, enjoy each other. All the other holidays, well, then my birthday. Then birthday is the second holiday that's up.
Yeah.
After that, I hate all the other, I hate all the other holidays. I swear to God. Like, I hate Valentine's Day. And look, I'm gonna tell you why I hate Valentine's Day. Here's why I hate Valentine's Day. Because I swear I did a poll and I asked women, I said, look, if I gave you something every day of the month for the month of February except Valentine's Day, would you be upset? And 99.9% of them said, hell yeah. And I said, how you gonna be upset about Valentine's Day when I gave you something the entire rest of the month? Get out of here. No, we're not rolling. So I hate that one.
How you the Grinch that stole every holiday?
Then I'm gonna tell you one that now
all that shit.
Yo, every year me and her fight about that. I swear to God, every year she be like, I be like, yo, we've been rocking every day. You mad because no flowers there? Are you dead serious? Yeah, I'm serious. All right, well then you just got to be mad. I don't give a damn. But one new holiday.
Cindy, what you got?
I don't like Halloween because let me tell you a story about Halloween.
Because you're scared. You scared?
I'm gonna tell you. I feel like the night before. Do you remember Lou Ferrigno, Incredible Hulk?
Yeah.
He always chases me the night before. Where we going? I said, you here again? Yo, he's always chasing me. My mom used to watch The Incredible Hulk faithfully, and every time she watched it, I hid behind the couch. But every Halloween, he used to come in my dream. So I
That's
don't
classic.
Lou Ferrigno Incredible Hulk. I'm not talking about Avengers Incredible Hulk. I was talking
That
about Lou Ferrigno, and you wouldn't like it.
70s.
You know, so Halloween out the door. And then, you know, with people bombing me back in the days, you know, they throwing eggs. I gotta run and all that on the block. I hated it. Then I do I kind of don't like Labor Day because that's like the end of the summer. Yeah, everything is over.
Yeah.
Go back to whatever. It's like, oh man, it's a wrap, you know. I do like Memorial Day weekend because that's the beginning of the summer. Everybody's doing what they gotta do. It's like, all right, you know, we're gonna do here. Talent got a boat ride. Talent got this. You know? Yo, we gonna hit up Talent. You know, it's like, okay, which one we going to? We go Atlantic City or we go? Yo, where the party at? You know, that's what. I mean, you know, COVID now, so it's kind of difficult, but that's, you know, summertime is what it is. And like he said, my birthday, it's like, that's a holiday for me. I love my birthday. Whether, because you're hearing from people, you're getting the shout outs, you seeing how much love people are giving to you, and you're like, wow, people do love me. Not that you need the validation, but sometimes it's cool to, you know, see that people want you to, oh, you made it another year. And, you know, and look, the Lord gave you another year. That is a holiday.
Alfreda Jackson out of Rochester's in the comments. She says she loves the 4th of July. So here's my thing. I don't know about you guys, but as I got older in life, how I felt about holidays started to change. I really wasn't big on the birthday until later in life because, like, the last, say, 6 years, mom's been gone, right? So my mom's gone. It actually makes me feel good about thinking about mom than more so self. Because birthday to me is just another part of my business and what I do. I'm able to capitalize off of it, and people who like me will come to my events and celebrate my birthday. And it's like a job, you know, with extra icing on the cake. So birthday now feels really good because I'm like, I told Amir the other day, it's not just your birthday, it's your mom's birthday when she gave birth to you. So I feel really good about that. Thanksgiving has always been at the top, like Amir, because I love my family. So I love those little moments where I can get together with the bulk of them without somebody passing away. You know what I mean? And got to go through that shit. So I like that. And then there's January, which is very confusing to me because Martin Luther King Day. I don't know how the fuck to feel, right? So half of me is like, yeah, King Day, baby, I'm positive. Then the other half of me just keeps seeing assassination on the balcony. So then I'm all over again. So it's a shared emotional moment. You know what I mean? But as a drinker, I have considerable mentions. St. Patrick's Day.
I was gonna say, am I supposed to laugh at that?
St. Patrick's, let me tell you something. Just so to give you a little background, I'm the guy that no matter what girl calls me to be her date to a wedding, all I say is, "It's an open bar." Yeah, they got an open bar. I'm down.
All right.
People be looking at us like, "Oh, y'all the next couple." I'm like, "We're the bar, ladies."
Like, they're like, "Baby, we gotta go to the reception." No, I'm gonna stay right here. I'll meet you there.
Yeah.
It's so real though, because I remember one time being invited, and 9 times out of 10, it's an open bar.
Yeah.
This one time, the lady said, "No, it's a cash bar." And I said, "Damn." I know I was on the phone, like I'm looking at my calendar. I was like, "Damn, I gotta do this thing." Are you fucking kidding me? I'm gonna go to a wedding and pay for some drinks?
You know what
Out
I
of
do?
control.
What you got,
Down here in Florida, they do more cash bars than anywhere. And I was unfamiliar because I'm from New York, and that's the one thing. It's like top shelf open bar. So I gave them cash. I had the envelope, and they said cash bar. So I fucking paid out of that gift envelope. And whatever was left over at the end, that's what they got. Because I didn't fucking sign up for that shit. Or I'm
did that.
paying
Let
for
me
my
tell you
drinks.
something. Kat, I thought I was the only one. I did the same shit. I got to a place. I had $500 because I knew the couple.
Yeah.
We mutually knew them, and I was like, "So when they gonna do the overboard?" Somebody said, "No, it's cash." I said, "Cash." I went to the men's room. I unsealed the envelope. That five turned to 350 so fast. And hey, man, but let me tell you some funny shit because somebody in the comments laughed at me when I said St. Patrick's Day. Let me tell you something. If there's any time you want to be outnumbered by white people, it's St. Patrick's Day. Because for some reason, the black guy gets mad love, yo.
Yo,
Like
yo.
mad love. Which
They
is
drink
weird
and
to
they
me. No, it is. Think about it. Like when we look at this insurrection and this splitting of the country, right? Like these people, a lot of these people are still sober and fucking angry. And fuck you, nigger, black, and fuck you, cracker. And they're sober. But here you take a random black guy, you dump him in O'Malley's or one of those fucking pubs, it's 300 shit-faced fucking white people, and you will be in 27 headlocks. I love this fucking guy.
Yes.
Look at the fucking guy. Give me some Jameson, some fucking whiskey. And they might slip a nigga in there, but the drink. So you take that thing on the chin, you take that thing. You call him the next day, hey Bob, you was fucking shit face. You call me, hey, oh, I'm so sorry. No problem.
I can't with you, Sal.
Just want
Oh
to bring it
my
to your attention. Thanks.
Yeah.
My uncle would be saying this, that, and the other thing. We left him at the bar at Universal Studios in Orlando because he couldn't go on any of the rides. We show up at the end of the day. He's on a bench with an entire black family with his arms around everybody, talking about, have you met my friends?
Oh,
We've been hanging out all day. I was like, holy shit. You're right. You're right. Because they
It's all love. It's all love.
You know what it's like? And correct me if I'm wrong, Cindy and Amir. It's the same way, vice versa. Like when you bring that one white friend to like a black cookout or a family reunion or something, they grab that motherfucking white person like a fucking novelty, like a chihuahua with fur, and they want to feed the fuck out of them and try this corn liquor. It's something about, that's how you know all this other shit is bullshit.
Yes.
We show love. Everybody could show love. We show love. That's all.
That's how you know it's all bullshit. Go ahead, Amir.
To your point, T, you know, if they mess around and they know how to play spades, they know how to do any of the things that we do at these events, son. Not are you in like Flynn, they be like, yo, you officially a part of the family now. They can't have no more cookouts and you don't show. Like you officially family. But I'm gonna tell y'all one more holiday that I had to, bring up because it just came on the radar for me, at least in the last 2 years. Juneteenth, which I still don't understand exactly what it is per se. I'm gonna be honest, I still don't really understand it. But I'm happy that they added it to the smorgasbord. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited to this year for the first time go.
Yes.
Okay, it's Juneteenth. All right, let's do this.
Oh no, listen, brother, I got the hoodie. I'm all in. I bought all in. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna play a game. I'm gonna go down the calendar. I'm gonna splat the holiday on the wall, and I'm gonna take turns and how it makes you feel. It's very simple. Are you motivated or not? You know what I mean? We got past MLK. But when we get to today, President's Day, for me, nothing.
Well, why would you feel anything? They were all fucking awful. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about like the original motherfuckers. Like we were supposed to be celebrating Washington and Lincoln, and like you got 8 years where we're happy, and then the rest is like they were just fucking with us. So yeah, I mean, I used to like in New York you get the whole week off. Down here you get 1 day. So I don't really care too much. Especially, I mean, now I'm happy. At least they got rid of that orange asshole.
It doesn't have the same effect because, like you said earlier, it used to be more than just 1 day. Mm-hmm. Once they lumped it into 1 day, he was like, "We getting robbed. I'm getting robbed. I don't like this."
Again.
Yes. Cindy,
day of rest, a day not to wear makeup, And get fly, but get fly.
Cindy, April Fool's Day.
Mm-mm.
You hate it?
Don't go lying to me, telling me stuff about family, and I gotta go make phone calls. And did that happen for real? Nah, girl, it's April Fools. Don't do me like that. No, April
Nope.
Fools. Nah, but not motivated.
Kat, you're a comedian, no?
Oh, I'm completely unmotivated. No, I'm fine. People fuck with me every day. I don't need a designated day. Like men feel about Valentine's Day, like, oh, I have to love you and do all these things. That's the way I
Right.
feel about April Fools. Don't fucking put my saran wrap on my toilet so I fucking
makes
piss
a lot of
all over
sense.
myself and give me a fucking job to do in the morning. No
That
thanks.
makes a lot of sense. What about
April-
you, Amir?
April Fool's
play
Day.
games?
No, actually, that was a dope day for me. That was my father's birthday, so
Oh,
that was
well, then
always a
that's
dope day
Oh,
for me
that's
because that was my dad's
That's
birthday.
good.
Hey, Amir, April Fool, he's not your father.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded.
All right, so this year, right after that, this year it happens ironically to literally be like April Fool's the beginning of the weekend, and then Sunday's Easter. Again, when I was a kid, big difference in what it meant. As a grown up,
Yeah.
Yeah. As a kid, it was
cat is cat. So.
yeah. As a kid, it was the truth because that was the for us, especially coming from the hood, that was the one other dress up day other than the first day of school.
I was about to say that.
when
When
you put on your absolute best and you went to the movies, it'd be like 18 of y'all going to the movies. Everybody from the block. And you had that one kid who was 7'3", but he was only 14. So you tell him that you 19 so we could get in the movies, and he always screw it up. I'm 14. Get your asses out of here. Damn it, man.
What about Easter? Cindy?
Easter's good. Easter's good because you got your Easter gear. The way Easter gear the first week of school back though. First week back. Somebody said, "Oh, you got the Easter gear. You got the Easter gear." I'll be like, "Dang, all right, I'm gonna switch up the shirt. The shirt is new, but the pants is old. All right, I'm with my 5411s. I'm good. Not the new color, not the yellow. I'm with the red ones."
But is it me or did it feel like the older you got on Easter as a kid, the less your parents gave a fuck about the full outfit?
Yeah.
Or the basket.
You get one shirt. Well, mommy, you only get one shirt, just one shirt. You don't like
you say, Kat?
I said they would start chipping you on baskets. They would be like, "There's some Snicker bars on the table." I don't know. You're fucking 12. Go to the store yourself, and you're like,
basket.
Yeah, and it was.
You got a bag. You got a shopping bag, a Kifu bag.
Fuck yeah,
You're right.
and it wasn't even like in a bowl or a basket. It was still in the plastic shopping bag, just laying on the table. Like my mom treated parenting like I was fucking kidnapped, and she just had to feed me enough to keep me alive.
We didn't even get the eggs. We got Hershey's Kisses.
Hell yeah, she was just like, I don't know. I got generic shit, I got that water-based chocolate. But I grew up Roman Catholic, so and I went to Catholic school through high school and everything. So we had to go on Easter. Like it was like mandatory. But none of us were happy, including the parents. Like nobody was like singing and happy. Everybody's like, when can we get drunk and go to brunch? Like that it was more like, let's get, oh God, we got to get in here. So yeah, because the Catholics, it's like express mass. It's express mass. It's 45 minutes. You're in and out. It's like a comedy show. They start flipping the fucking room. They need to make that money. They don't care if you're connected. They just want to flip the room, get that cash, keep it moving. Everybody's forgiven. We good.
What about Mother's Day, guys? I think Mother's Day for me is up at the top 5. Like Mother's Day is a great holiday. It's so good that this year it falls on my birthday, May 9th.
Oh wow!
So every few years it happens, and I just got to cancel my birthday.
Aww.
You know what? Mother's Day is another one of those holidays. I only hate it because of this. Obviously, if you're a parent every goddamn day. It ain't one special day that you're a parent, because trust and believe, there's no days you can put your goddamn kids down and be like, you know what, fuck them kids. I say that a lot, but you really can't do that.
No,
And I
because
got
they're
two
on the grid. They got social
exactly.
security numbers, so people know about them. So you can't. You're like, fuck, I gotta do the right thing. I'm not going to jail over this baby. Like that's how.
Y'all are hilarious. Oh my God.
What about Memorial Day?
Memorial Day.
Like Memorial?
First day of summer. First day.
It's the first day of summer. You know what's so sad? It's funny. You know, just taking it back to how this whole thing started. Memorial Day always for me is a sad day, because I always start thinking to myself, fuck it, this the countdown to summer being over. This is some bullshit. It's the start of it, but you know that also means it's gotta end at some point. So you be like, oh fuck. All right. Let's get these barbecues going, because that's the only way we're gonna save this and make this all right, you know.
There's one every week. One every week.
Yeah.
We gotta go over there. We gotta go Jersey. We gotta go Jersey this weekend.
So we talked about Memorial Day. We hit on Frida from Rochester loved the 4th of July. Cindy says she hated to see Labor Day coming. It gets a little sad. The summer's over. So we go all the way to another meaningful holiday that, again, as a kid, I had no clue, but as an adult, I learned to respect Veterans Day. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like I really love Veterans Day. I love that we pay homage to the veterans.
100%.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot of them are forgotten. I agree.
What'd you say?
I said a lot are forgotten, and I agree. And now that we're getting older, and now you're starting to find out that some of your friends that you grew up with were actually, in the service. And I have some friends that were in Iraq, and I'm like, wow, and they're, they tell some stories, they can't tell all, and it's like, wow, I didn't even know you went through that. It's like, it's a serious situation. So yeah, I agree. That's a holiday we need to really be observant about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love
because
that
it's across all religions, all races. It encompasses the entire nation. It's like the one holiday that really you feel like this affects everybody, know, and it's not for a.
That's a great point.
It's not for like a gift. You know what I mean? Like every other holiday, we're looking for something to reward somebody, but Veterans Day it's humbling. It's like we get these freedoms. Like as comics, we get to talk all this shit because some motherfucker gets up at like 3 and fights for us in another country so we could do what we do. So yeah, that one brings me up, even though it's a downer, of sadness, but it's definitely a motivator because you realize not only does your family take care of you, but complete strangers sacrifice their lives. Right. And risk themselves and stay away from their families just to take care of us as a nation.
That's a really good.
Okay.
What'd you say, Cindy?
No, I was going to say, piggybacking on that, last year was the first year I met a couple of the Tuskegee Airmen that were still alive.
Wow.
And, reading about them, but even more so visiting the African American Museum in DC, getting more detail in how they came about and came together, and they have this whole display. It's amazing to finally see that they're getting the recognition that they so well deserve. You know what I mean?
You know what's amazing is like I was smashing this girl whose grandfather is Tuskegee. No, listen, hear me out. I found out the grandfather was a Tuskegee Airman.
Man, I was banging out your daughter.
So bad, Kat. When I found out, like she's telling me this shit like this historical moment, and me being the black guy
Why you doing it?
No, not why you doing it, you nasty.
She was like, Grandpa,
I don't know.
Yeah, Cindy, I'm in the thing going. No. All I was gonna say is I'm laying there and she's going through some pictures. Like, yes, and my grandfather, he's one of the Tuskegee Airmen. All of a sudden, I just started to shrink in my brain. Like, dude, you fuck scum. You in here creating history. You know what I mean? I'm like, fuck. So all I did to make myself feel better is I bought a plane ticket somewhere.
So that is going to be an all-nighter for me. That joke or that statement
But
or
the
that
thing
story.
is, it wasn't round trip. You sent it all one way.
Did you stop midway and say, really?
And you were like, and you're gonna have to pay the taxes on the flight, which is only like $35. Don't even worry about it. I'll get you on the way back.
What does that mean for us? Oh my God.
I gotta end it right there with this because we covered the other holidays. Shout out to Kwanzaa, shout out to Hanukkah, shout out to Christmas, Thanksgiving, and all that. You guys were wonderful. Thank y'all for coming in on this hour. Cindy Ball, determined to educate, great as always, and the hilarious Catherine Maloney is out of her damn mind.
Well, wait a minute, Talent. You had to say Father's Day. How about you guys?
Oh,
Listen, we're trying to keep the show happy. We just you were just leaving on a high, and you come bringing that shit up.
Because the men say we don't give credit. I'm giving credit to your viewers and your listeners. I like Father's Day.
No, okay. I'm
like Father's Day.
Amir and myself talked about this about 3 times in the last week alone. Father's Day has come a long way. I'll say that. I even laugh about it on stage and talk jokes about it because I remember Father's Day being like this throwaway holiday. Like, yeah, okay, Father's Day, give him some brute, give him a tie, whatever. Socks. And I had a revelation going to City Island. Anybody that's from New York know that City Island is the restaurant row of seafood, right? Mm-hmm. So I remember every year I used to have, it's like I couldn't get out early enough and take moms or auntie and them and my sisters for Mother's Day. I'm like, look, Mother's Day and Valentine's Day, the traffic is back to the Hutchinson River Parkway, right? So I would go on Father's Day, get right in there, right down the shit. So then about maybe 8-9 years ago, they want to take me out, the kids, and their mom's like, hey, what do you want? I said, I want Sammy's. Okay, let's go to City Island. And I'm like thinking I'm gonna zip in. And the traffic started before we got off the exit. I'm like, must be an accident. And slowly moving around slowly. And this shit was Father's Day traffic. I was like, I said, yo, finally Father's Day coming up.
When the fuck did people start giving a shit about their dads?
Oh no.
Amir?
Yeah, no, you're right, T. You know what's so crazy? This is how you know, like you said, times have changed, and thank God they have. You ladies can remember this. I used to see so much fodder on social media on Father's Day that used to make me laugh because mothers, obviously, like I said, y'all y'all rule the world, everything. But all the mothers who used to be on Father's Day, I'm giving myself a shout out. I'm like, really, man? Really? Look, if you don't go sit down somewhere, I don't give a damn if you are taking care of all the kids. Sit your ass down. You are not the daddy. You his mama. I get it, but stop it. Because you don't see no dudes on your day online. And I told my daughter how to do. No, we ain't doing none of that. It's your day. Rock out. Do y'all.
Yeah.
Give
Amir,
us that same,
that was the beginning of cancel culture. It was called bitter Twitter.
Well, we say Happy Dick Day. So anyway, if you don't got a dick, you can't give yourself a shout out on Father's Day. So
that's a good point.
If you go through the surgery, then Happy Father's Day, motherfucker. But if not, let's just let the guys have one thing, okay? Just let them have it.
Oh my 15 God, minutes. I love it.
I was gonna say that all of the long line over there leading up to City Island was for all the people that was saying, baby, I know I got you on child support, but today is your day. It's your day. I don't want you to be too mad at me. I'm using the money you gave me for us.
Did you nickname her like Kiki for Tuskegee? Did you do that in your phone?
All right, we got to end it right here. Right. I love you, girls.
Tell you rubbing off for me.
Cindy,
thank you.
Give it up
Yes,
for him.
yes.
Give it up for
Thank you,
Bye, guys.
ladies.
Love you.
man.
Yes,
Oh,
love you
This
guys.
is awesome.
thank you for my guest, man. Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate you, baby. Oh boy, Amir, that was too funny. You see why I
Yo,
wanted
that,
to go here? You see
yes,
why I wanted to go to this
yes,
topic? Because it sounded simple, but when you get a bunch of people in a room and you actually get to breaking down how they make you feel, you know,
yes,
some of these, and people probably walk through their life every day, all day, never even give it two thoughts. But in reality, in actuality, they evoke emotion, whether it be an upper, a downer, or an. Either way, you do have a feeling about it. You know, you
yeah,
heard it from the word's mouth. We and some of these things we felt different as kids than we do adults. You know, like Halloween, and some of these things have a different meaning as life goes on. And you can see it because we got the African culture in there, right?
yes.
I'm the regular Southern Black. I come from that Black Baptist. You got Catherine, who's Irish Catholic. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So listening to all these people, the one thing she said that was super dope when we got to Veterans Day,
Yeah,
she was like, it's so meaningful because it transcends everything about everybody, your color, your race, whatever. If you fought in a war or lost somebody, or had a family member that fought and was in the service, it made all the sense
in the
in the
world.
world
Yeah.
for this thing. You know what I mean?
I agree. You know, you like you said, the amazing thing about holidays, like you said, as a whole, you know, and obviously, you know, that's up to each and every individual to turn things off and on, you know, according to themselves. But you know, hopefully, we're starting to utilize these, you know, these situations as ways to, you know, hopefully be more up than we are down. Because at the end of the day, first off, the days off. I don't care who you are. If you work, you know, in different capacities, you know how hard it is to have a day off where you can kind of just relax and you know, and be in good spirits and be in good energy. And then secondly, it's an opportunity for you to reflect a little bit. You know, hopefully if you, like you said, you're very family oriented, like, you know, yourself and myself are. I love the fact that, you know, there's those moments when I can, you know, really sit down with my family, smile, laugh, and
Right.
just enjoy, you know, enjoy their energy. You know, we take things in increments, even in real life. So we might as well do it with family the same, because the reality of it all is you don't always want to be around your crazy uncle. You don't always want to be around that aunt that want to pinch your cheeks every 30 seconds. You like, if auntie pinched me one more goddamn time. I know I'm supposed to respect her, but she get on my nerves with this. But nonetheless, you appreciate it, because as we get older and as, you know, the elders in your family get older, you just know that, you know, those times are limited,
Yeah.
and you have to hopefully appreciate, you know, again, those moments and that time, because that allows you to know that, you know, this journey is pretty cool. You know what I mean?
And you
That's
know
the way I
what's
see it.
crazy, and that's, you're exactly right, nail on the head as usual. And what's crazy is this: when we look at all these holidays, each person has been through a trial or tribulation, or even good things that make them look at that holiday slightly different than the other person.
Yeah.
So I could splatter a holiday on the wall any given Sunday and be like, you know what, Easter, Christmas, it's a couple we didn't even get to, that may or may not be significant to some people. We laugh and shits and giggles at like a Groundhog's Day, right? Because other than turning the TV on and see him holding a fat rat up, like it don't mean shit to you unless you're superstitious. Oh, more winter,
Oh,
winter. But for that town that actually goes out of their way to do that every year, they look at that
that's
shit
the
for it.
yeah, yeah.
It's a
You're
big
right.
deal. Restaurants are got groundhog specials. Everybody's giving a discount dish, shopping malls and stuff like that. The mayor comes out, the state troopers giving, processions, and
And
it's a
all that.
big
Yeah.
deal. But that's my whole point, is to one, like, it's people that don't like their birthday, bro. It's people, I've known people who are so, I don't, for lack of a better word, I have to say stressed or depressed, because it puts them in that state of mind because they're a year older. Some of us
Yeah.
can't embrace something simple like our aging. Like, oh my God. Like, women are good for the, oh my God, I'm getting old. And if I have another conversation with another woman who's going to alter her body, I'm
Because
good.
she, you know, is, you know, you make such a valid point too, and I say this, you know, to all again, all the people on all the various platforms. Please celebrate your age. Please celebrate every year that you get older. Please celebrate every day that you get older. The whole nine. And the reason why I say that is because of this. To something that we talked about earlier on his Talent talked about earlier on his Motivational Monday, which is fortunately, unfortunately, death comes at all different times and ages. So if you have gotten the opportunity to celebrate to a specific age, please know that that's a blessing in a real sense, because there were some people who didn't get to do that. Good, bad, indifferent, no matter what the circumstances that might have taken them out or whatever the case may be, they didn't get there. So you should say to yourself, you know what? I'm thankful, I'm mindful, I'm happy that I'm here. And here's the big thing, you know, to what he's saying about augmenting yourself. And this goes for guys too, because I see guys now, you know, Funk Master Flex just recently got a tummy tuck or whatever the hell, and you know, and I get it. Look, y'all, we all are gonna go through transformations. We all are, you know, our bodies are gonna change, different things are gonna change about us. But if you're not happy with you, no matter how much augmentation you do, you'll still be that same unhappy person. So you got to be happy with you. That's the bottom line. It ain't got nothing to do with changing your eyebrows or getting hair if you don't have hair and all that stupidness. You got to be excited about you, because the rest of the world feeds off of that. They don't feed off of the fact that now you got a new mustache and whatnot, and we looking like, oh shit, that's dope. No, we don't care about that shit. No, nobody cares. As I tell people all the time, even for you ladies out there, and this is again just being honest, because we men, I've never been in a situation where I was like, oh my God, her boob job made her, you know, attractive. No, they just breasts. So whatever. Just be you. The best thing you could do is be you. I can't stress that enough. I mean that with everything, you know, every fiber of my being. Because people always say to me, I mean, you know, you 6'2", you should be bigger. That's not in the cards for me. I'm never gonna be the same size as talent. That's just not gonna happen. No matter how much eating I do, that's just not gonna happen. So I got to be happy with myself and go, you know what? This is as good as it gets. If you can rock with that, cool. If you can't, that's cool too. We can't do nothing about that.
And,
you know what I mean?
And on top of what you just said, to give deeper thought to yourselves, people, if, like he said, if you're doing something because you're not happy with something physical about yourself, really do self-searching to figure out, why are you not happy about that thing about yourself? Is it really that you're not happy, or is it because somebody else is not happy and you're changing it to make them happy, which in turn you believe will make you happy? Then you're doing it for all the wrong reasons. Think of yourself like that. I always tell people, this is an exercise I give people, Amir, because some people really don't know the difference. So I say, you know what you do? Spend some time with yourself. See those things that you do and do not like or care about yourself, not just physically, mentally, how your thought process is, how you operate, whatever, but definitely physically. If you feel happy when you're doing what you're doing and you can live with you, no alterations needed. You're fine with yourself. That means you are fine with yourself. But then you meet this person, or you hang around this person, or they've already been there, beating you in the head with whatever of how they feel about your arms, your legs, your ass, your tits, your face, your hair, whatever it is, your makeup, whatever. And then you start doing something just because of those comments and innuendos of what they like or would think is about you, what make you like them better. I know people get tired of me because when people offer opinions about anything about me, you either get zero response or a shrug off or opposite direction, because how you see me or want to see me, that's on you. You go home and live with that. But I actually live with the real me. And the real me, we get along. We good money. Yo, we like all the same shit. We got the same taste.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so that's the exercise I give people. When people say, no, I'm doing this because of this, or I'm doing it because of that, to really know and be sure, give yourself a test. Go spend some time with yourself and see, when you're alone, what bothers you, what you can live with, or that you ain't even fucking noticing. And guess what? Then it ain't you and how you feel about you. And then you get around, you come back home, or you go back to your regular ordering home, bar or regular event or comedy show or whatever, and now you see your friends, y'all hanging out, girls' night out or whatever, and then it'll dawn on you because that person will repeat some shit that they said before that got your ass to thinking that in the first place. And then you be like, you know what? The fuck I'm listening to these people for? We say good night after 3 drinks. They go that way. I go that way. Their house is there. My house is there. Their bills are stacked there. Mine's stacked there. You ain't got a nickel in this dollar.
I
So
concur.
stop altering and changing yourself and making change of that dollar for somebody who ain't even got a nickel invested in it. And on that note, have a happy Monday.
Happy Monday, people. Happy Monday. Another motivational Monday. Yes, sir.
Another one in the bank and in the archives. And I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we did the holiday show and didn't skip the holiday show. This is my boy Amir Silly. Follow us on the gram, man. Friday we come at you at 6 o'clock, same time on Friday. On Instagram, he's A-Rock Silly. Myself, I'm on there, Talent the Comedian, and we get it in on the race debaters. Thank you, my brother.
Thank
Solid
you.
time again. One more down, one more again. I hope we saved the soul or two, and we did our job.
We did our thing.
God bless
Salute,
America.
big
We
dog.
love y'all. Ain't nothing y'all can do about it. Peace.
Facts.